As I was facing some technical issues, I decided to film with my phone instead, and here is my screen. ISTD presentation, Jennifer Ariza Dzandu-Varon. So my one is called Serenity. Funnily enough, it is actually meant to be spelled like this with T because I was going to do my focus on tea that started in China and was imported worldwide, but I ended up focusing on something else. So this is a journey through mindfulness with me. So my strategy statement, as seen here, my brief is joy bringer, and I wanted to focus on what brought me joy and what else I could do to spread joy to others. The activity that I did end up focusing on was mindfulness, but it's a very, very broad term and it can be practiced by anybody. The reason I chose mindfulness was because it is more accessible to everybody in the world. I think there's no barriers to anybody accessing mindfulness. They can practice it whoever they are, whatever they identify as, whatever disability they may have, they may practice mindfulness, and I think that it was more accessible to everybody, so I ended up choosing mindfulness. Moving on to my mind map, this is what I started with, what brought me joy, and I highlighted the things that I found very interesting. I ended up choosing mindfulness and choosing patience, meditation, acceptance, and calm, which is something that I've definitely needed since moving halfway across the world. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So this was my brief joy bringer, and here is my analysis of the terms that are here. Joy, mindfulness. Can mindfulness be practiced everywhere? I did want to momentarily focus on yoga and movement, and we'll see that in the next slide. Here is my focuses on yoga. The poses, I thought that they would make a very interesting typeface, but I realized that yoga classes, much like Pilates classes, are accessed behind a paywall and they are not accessible to everybody. They're quite expensive and they are all dependent on your body type, your flexibility, and a lot of people who cannot actually access yoga. So I decided to focus once again on mindfulness as a whole. So here I am breaking down my research, my science, main research, inclusivity, and above all, we're going to focus on the culture. Here we have the mindfulness culture in Buddhism. I found it quite fitting also being in Hong Kong, right next to China, where the main religion is Buddhism. And a little break, and my strategy. My target audience, my intended impact, and of course the design strategy that I was going to move forward with. These are my prototypes. Thanks to being an English teacher here, I have access to quite a lot of materials. I'm able to explore quite a lot, and thanks to having an iPad, I can draw also. So these are what I came up with, and we'll see what I ended up choosing. I was exploring some typefaces, similarly to the typography module that we had. And this is my book. Thank you.